Hi, this is Billie Beene here with a flash news world update on Israel and Russia. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, War News 24/7, Hal Turner, UB Ready Plus. So let's get started. So April 1 was when Israel bombed the embassy of Iran in Damascus, Syria. Then Iran took, I believe it's Article 51 of the UN Code, its right to retaliation against a nation who fired upon its embassy. And it did so, we understand, in a restrained way. And that there had been secret meetings between Iran and Israel, the White Hats and Russia and other nations to minimize the damage on Israel. And Israel knew that some of its military bases were going to be hit. And so we had in Israel in the Negev area, a desert area, some of its bases were hit, including from War News 24/7 on April 13, the Angleton Air Base was hit by 7 medium-range cruise missiles. Turkey confirms Iran hit Israel's bases. And now we have this. War News confirms that Israeli bases were hit by Iran by ICBMs, 2 bases in southern Israel. Hal Turner's intel in the West Bank, so about in this area right here, the West Bank, Iran also hit a secret Mossad location located at Jabal al-Sheikh, or more commonly known as Mount Hermon, and destroyed the Mossad base in the West Bank because this base had provided the intel for Israel's strike on Iran's embassy in Damascus, Syria. Now, Hal Turner had previously provided that also in the Negev desert area that Iran had hit a base where Mossad spy planes were kept and killed 44 Mossad agents. And now we have this today. So Israel had this morning a cabinet meeting, and it to determine what Israel's response would be to Iran's retaliation. And Israel apparently has decided to respond, make some military strike now on Iran in response to what happened a few days ago when Iran took its retaliation strike. The U.S. will not engage in direct hits on Iran, and the coalition forces that helped Israel when Iran made its retaliation on Israel, we had out of Jordan, we had Israeli planes, French planes, U.S. planes, UK planes to help shoot down the drones and cruise missiles and more. But 7 were able to get in. Now, this morning, Israel has advised the U.S. that yes, it will strike Iran again. Iran this morning said if Israel strikes Iran again, Iran will respond 10 times what it sent in its retaliation strike. That means instead of 100 drones, it'll send 300. Instead of 100 missiles, it'll send hundreds more, and including hypersonic missiles. The US, the UK, France, and other coalition nations are trying to talk Israel out of doing this. They see it as being very bad. Now, I'd like to bring this out from a Christian prophet, You Be Ready. He had a dream vision. September 15, 2019, he just released it on Sunday. And it has to do with the U.S. and the Middle East in a war, particularly in the Persian Gulf. And it would involve Iran, Iraq, Israel, Saudi Arabia. And what You Be Ready could see in his dream vision was rockets going back and forth from these nations. He also could see in the Persian Gulf U.S. ships. And we currently have the 5th and 6th Fleet there. And he saw these ships being fired up. He saw these ships firing up on Iran, and Iran firing up on the ships, and the ships sinking so that the U.S. flag disappeared underneath the waves. Now, the U.S. bases being hit. U.S. bases also were being hit in his dream vision, and this would be in Iraq, Syria, and Jordan. And other places were being hit. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, in this area, plus other nations. So I submit what You Be Ready saw in his dream vision sounded as if all the nations in the Middle East were engaged in rockets going back and forth. So it would be good for us to pray against this, definitely. And now some news about Russia. So this is Ukraine. Slavyansk is about this area. This is the part of Ukraine that Russia is slowly taking, moving up to the Dnieper River and beyond. Now we have this from Hal Turner. French troops to be sent to Slavyansk, and it'll be the 3rd Infantry. And also, note what's going on in Ukraine is that a Texas citizen who was also now a Ukrainian citizen who serves, is now a Russian citizen in Slavyansk Donetsk. Russell Bentley has a family here, and he apparently was kidnapped a few days ago by Ukraine, it's believed, in Donetsk, which would be located right about here, close to Slavyansk. So the French troops, the plan was the French Foreign Legion were going to Slavyansk, and Hal Turner's information, Russia to the UN on April 12. The Russian representative to the UN, Vasily Nabanzat, said the only thing Russia will accept is unconditional capitulation by Ukraine, Kiev. And now we have this today, April 15. So the French troops moved in here. They were bringing Caesar self-propelled wheeled howitzers. The howitzers were destroyed, and many of the French Foreign Legion soldiers were killed. That happened on April 13. So, Slavians, most of the French soldiers, sadly to say, were killed. So we need to be in prayer for the U.S. military, America, and pray for world peace. This concludes my flash. I love you, and I'll see you soon.